We're here with the Chief Executive of Three Rivers District Council, Stephen Halls. Now Stephen, 2 stray horses were put down in Euston Country Park back on the 4th of March. Before we ask you about this, can you tell us what the Council's role is in dealing with horses?
Yes, our environmental health team licenses riding establishments to ensure horse welfare, of course, and the safety of the riding public. Checks are always carried out with an equine vet. Concerning stray horses, we work to make sure that public safety is protected and that, wherever possible, stray animals are returned to their owners. You see, we have over 20 incidents of fly grazing and stray horses a year. If there's an immediate welfare problem with the horse, a vet is called, and if the vet certifies removal, usually the horse is taken to a welfare agency such as the RSPCA, the Horse Trust, Red Wings or World Horse Welfare. Where horses can be collected, we use the Green Yard scheme. Here they're taken to a safe place and held for 14 days. We charge the horse owner costs, of course, when they're claimed. If the horse is not claimed, the horses can be rehomed or sold or regrettably destroyed.
Okay. And have you ever had to put down a horse before?
Yes, we put down one horse on the advice of a vet as it was emaciated and collapsed.
Now, a lot of people have been upset when they heard about the putting down of 2 stray horses in Euston Park at the beginning of March. Were any horses reported missing to the authorities?
No, we can't say why the horses weren't claimed. It was irresponsible and dangerous of the owners not to report the horses missing in the first place.
Okay. And have the owners come forward since the horses were put down?
No, still not.
Okay. It's been suggested that these horses belong to travellers. Can you confirm this?
No, I can't. You see, when the horses were found in the park, we immediately contacted all the horse owners in the area, including the traveller community. Only one of the horses was microchipped, and this didn't have the owner's ID on it. We therefore can't confirm who owned it.
Okay. Why did you finally make the decision to put the horses down?
The horses were semi-wild and were galloping in the park. They'd already been out onto a nearby road and were a danger to motorists and the park users. So council staff rang the Hertfordshire Constabulary to assist because of the danger to motorists on the A405 and the other roads surrounding the park. Especially, of course, had they got out of the park again. Euston is a park, you see, which is open 24/7. It can't be sealed. Over 4 hours, highly experienced officers did all they could to gently round up the horses and to identify their owners, working closely with the horse welfare charity which attended on site. Plans were put in place to have materials delivered the following morning to make a corral and to get more people there. But it was getting dark and it was not safe to leave the horses running wild in the park and possibly on the surrounding roads overnight. Guarantees couldn't be given that they would remain in the park overnight, and we didn't want to risk a horse being hit and indeed smashing through a car windscreen during the night. Officers did consider the use of tranquilizers, but these don't work immediately, and they could create a hazard with one or both horses immediately bolting across a road. I'm convinced the right decision was made in these difficult circumstances.
Okay. It's been suggested that the horses were chased on a quad bike.
Well, that's simply not true.
It's also been suggested that members of the public, including children, were present when the horses were put down.
No, no members of the public were present.
Okay. Could you have used experienced horse handlers from the local community?
Well, there was no need. We had highly experienced personnel on site with our animal control officer, equine charity officers, together with experienced police officers on site. Members of the public cannot be used anyway for safety and insurance reasons. Have
you received many complaints from the public and animal welfare charities about the incident?
We've received a number of complaints from the public. There is an online petition which will doubtless be presented to us in due course, but we've received no complaints from animal welfare charities.
You've refused to name the horse welfare charity which was present on site before the horses were put down. Why is that?
We believe we made the right decision in sensitive circumstances, and we don't want the charity to be criticised for providing support and guidance in good faith.
So, what lessons can be learned from this incident?
Council staff have had years of experience in handling horses and other animals, and they were understandably upset by this incident. We did all we could, and proper procedures were followed, but this was an entirely avoidable tragedy. Horse owners should microchip their animals, keep their contact information up to date, and regularly check fencing and gates. They should report missing horses to the authorities immediately. On this occasion, I don't believe we could have achieved a different outcome. I sincerely hope such a sad incident will never be repeated, but we shall always put public safety first.